A tip for hairlines that I've never heard anyone else talk about is you can see my hairline almost looks like a heart shape coming in right here, except it's not centered. The point is like off-centered on this side of my face, and I see that quite commonly. But what I do is I pluck out a few of these hairs to make it less noticeable. And I've been sort of saving them up to do this in this video. So you can take a few hairs off of here, and then another thing you can do is take a little bit of eyebrow powder and put it right in this more hollow area. And you can also do this whenever you pull your hair into a ponytail. Sometimes you'll get little areas over here with just baby hairs that kind of looks like a bald area. You can put the powder in those areas. But so you can already see that I've created a more even hairline, a more rounded hairline. And if you're fine with your asymmetrical hairline, that's great. I just prefer more of an oval look on the top. For my hair, I have very hard to curl hair. So this is the curling iron I'm using right now after a lot of research into best brands for getting your hair to hold the curl. At first, when I started out, I figured curling irons wouldn't make much of a difference between brands because they all get hot, right? But then I started hearing about ones with different temperatures, so I tried one that got super hot. And it actually sort of burned my hair off. My hair got so brittle, it just broke off from using that. So then I got this one, and I don't use it on the highest setting anymore. But there are differences in the material of the curling iron, and this is basically painted steel. So that would be less toxic than one that has a non-stick coating. Another device I have tried is the Tymo Airflow Styler. And it works pretty well to make curls without rolling it up like a curling iron. It did take me a little while to learn though. I first use the Volume device, which is kind of like a waffle iron for hair to give it volume at the roots. For lightening my hair, I do not dye my hair at all. And as I understand it, similar to nail polishes with hair dyes, there's not really such thing as a completely non-toxic one, but there are less toxic ones. But I don't know much about that because I never dye my hair. What I do is I apply a little bit of hydrogen peroxide, 3%, nothing stronger than that, just the regular kind you buy in the drugstore for $1. And some people freak out when they hear that, like, oh my gosh, peroxide is gonna ruin your hair. But maybe if you didn't know, that's the main ingredient in hair dye. So this is just skipping all the extra ingredients. And if you just want a gentle and gradual lightening, this works great. You have to apply it more than once usually. You do not have to go in the sun, but that can help accelerate the results. So what I do is I either use the spray bottle, if you want to spray all over, or I put it sort of down into the roots to spray my roots for touch-ups. And another way I do touch-ups is I use an eyedropper filled with hydrogen peroxide, and I kind of glide this like along my scalp while squeezing it. And you want to make sure to get your entire scalp, not just like where your hair parts. Because when your hair moves and blows, you'll see the layers underneath the hair that still look darker. As far as hair products, like styling products, there are less toxic ones available. This one I happen to get for free. This is not sponsored at all, as I mentioned. This is to add texture and body to your hair, which I've been looking for solutions for that. So I'm gonna try this. Another thing I do is use fake hair pieces. I like that it has the curls hanging down a little bit. And this one also is a little more messy than I'd like. But this is a scrunchie. So you put it over a bun. And if you need more bulk to your bun, you can use one of these donuts to make a bigger bun to help the hairpiece stay on better. This is another example of a hairpiece. This is a ponytail, and it clips on like a claw clip. This matches my hair color perfectly. I got lucky. I also don't have any problem with gray hair, so I don't have any tips on that. I also encourage people to donate your hair. I have done it so many times, and it's such a rewarding experience to know that I'm helping others.